milligrams with the skin, if you eat it with the skin, provides 27 milligrams of vitamin C and 620 milligrams of potassium, okay, which is even higher than a banana, that you find in a banana. Okay? So that's why the Incas were so healthy. Because that's all I think they ate. Yeah, potatoes.
What about peanut?
We're going to get to that. And also, you find 0.2 milligrams of vitamin B6. The fiber content of a potato with skin is equivalent to the whole grain bread, pastas, or cereals. Let's see what else we can find. In terms of nutrition, the potato is known for the carbohydrate, which is the starch. All right, the starch. But significant portion of the starch is resistant to the digestion by enzymes in the stomach and small intestines, and reaches a large intestinal tract. This resistant starch is considered to have similar health effects to fiber, which offers protection against colon cancer, and it improves glucose tolerance, and also insulin sensibility. One of the most popular nutritional myths today concerns the dietary evils of carbohydrates. Scientific evidence shows that when consuming normal amounts, carbohydrates do not cause weight gain or obesity. Do not. But remember, in normal amounts. Okay. Also, do not cause high blood sugar, or insulin surges. And it doesn't cause diabetes, heart disease, or cancer. So that myth is proven that it doesn't happen. Okay. Carbohydrates are the body's primary fuel source. So the muscles prefer them, and also the brain. But we need to watch, because the calories is what we need to balance, the calories. And how do we balance? Eating more vegetables and more fruits. Okay? This is ready. Do you see the color? It's yellow for the turmeric or palillo. And
call me Chef Beaton, but today I'm going to be the part of the doctor of our So I'm going to ask a question. I know you didn't come ready for probably a pop quiz, so I'm going to give you a quiz anyway. How many times should we chew our food before we swallow it? Does anybody know? Yeah. 32? 33. Anybody else? I heard, did I hear 2? Gone.
3 times.
20 to 30 times is the recommended time, but I'm not going to advocate, I'm not going to give you a number because, it's different for everybody, and you all need to know yourself what's going on in your mouth and with your body. So let me just give you some guidelines. Let me give you some history. First of all, it's very difficult to chew your food properly and to even have a proper meal in this country. I know I was blessed with being able to go over to Europe and particularly Spain, where it gets hot in the middle of the afternoon. And they have this time where they take this siesta during the middle of the day. In fact, all the shops will close down. And people will eat and then they'll take a nap. Now, I don't recommend that, but they have several hours where they can eat. And they do several courses where they can eat, probably to put more in, but they take much more time to eat than our fast food nation does over here. Personally, when I, about 3 or 4 years after high school, I joined the military. And in the military, everything was fast. Everything was fast. And so there was probably a couple of thousand of us that are going to be working behind me. This is great. There was a couple of thousand of us, and they had to feed us like within 20 minutes. And so the favorite saying was, if you can't get your chow done with one hand, then go double fisted. And just go like that. And that is not good training if you want good health. For one thing, it takes about 20 minutes for the message from your stomach to get to here. I don't know why it takes so long, but it does. For your stomach to tell your brain, we're full now. And so if you're chewing much more methodically and slower, then you're going to stop. So it will actually help you to lose weight, if you want to lose weight. Let me give you the guidelines to how many times you should chew your food rather than give you a number. For instance, it should all in your mouth be like, almost like a liquid. It should be where, like if you're eating broccoli and in your tongue, you can feel the stalk and you can feel the floret, don't swallow it. It's not done. You should not be able to tell the difference between the stalk and the rest of the broccoli. It should be just one homogeneous mass in your mouth. A good habit to get into, and it's difficult for me, but it's something that can physically slow you down, is do not hold your fork while you're eating or while you're chewing. Set it down. It's such a simple little thing, really, but just set your fork down. You take a bite and you set your fork down, and when your mouth is empty again, you pick it up. And you don't pick up your fork until your mouth is empty, until you chewed enough where you can swallow it. Because undigested food down in your stomach, we already talked about one thing, is that you can get overweight. But undigested food does not break down properly. And so you do not get the nutrients from it that you're supposed to be getting from it. And so you should start the, let me ask you another question, because you did so good on the first one. Where does digestion begin? In the mouth. Everybody gets an A+ on that one. In the mouth. It technically starts in the mouth, but we are all creatures of habit. Has anybody tried to fast here? Has anybody fasted before? Let me see your hand. So a few of us have fasted. The first few days on a fast is the most difficult. You get to those meal times, you know, we should all be eating about the same time every day if we can. Like if you shouldn't have your meal one morning at 7, and then the next morning at 10, and then the next morning at 8. We should try. I know that things happen and our life gets in the way of our meal times, but we should try to make a scheduled time for a meal. It's important. It's important for your family. It's important for your body.
Yes.
So so actually, what happens is, sounds bad, but sort of like Pavlov's dog. You know, you remember Pavlov's dog? He would ring the bell, and what happened? He starts salivating. Well, we do the same thing because we are cyclical creatures, and if we are eating every day at 7 o'clock, and then you start to fast, well, at 7 o'clock, your body is gearing up. Your stomach is saying it's almost ready. It's almost here. Your mouth even starts salivating like Mr. Pavlov's dog. And so it actually starts even before you put it in your mouth because you are a cyclical creature. And so it's good to get into that habit of eating at the same time. But actually our body starts to know what time it's getting fed and it gets ready. So when you start chewing, there's actually molecules from your mouth that start traveling in saliva that goes down to your stomach and says, it is now almost really here. You don't have to wait anymore. It's up there. It's doing its job. It's about to come down. When undigested food gets into your GI, your gastrointestinal system down there, if it's not broken down properly, then you will not get the nutrients out of it like you're supposed to. Your stomach gets way fuller than what your brain, you know, it can't get the signal up there in time. And it also gives you flatulence. I've heard some people say, you know, I've tried to switch over to this vegetarian thing. I've tried to switch over, but I can't because it gives me too much flatulence. And I'm thinking, well, that's the funnest part. I mean, but no. That comes from undigested food. A lot of the times it's undigested food or improperly cooked food. For instance, you know, everybody knows that beans are famous targets when we have flatulence. And it's usually because the bean is not cooked properly. And it gets into your gut, and because it's not all the way broken down, your body doesn't know what to do with it because when it gets down there, it can't really break it down all the way. And so then you get that challenge. Also, as you are, because of the longer duration time in your stomach, not in your stomach, I'm sorry, in the colon, it causes problems there where they're way too long, and it can cause cancer because the food's staying there so long. So, any questions about chewing or about digesting and cooking our food properly? Of course, we're teaching you how to cook some things up here, but we need to chew properly. And don't go out here quoting me that I said you had to chew 20 times or chew 30 times. It all needs to be equally homogeneously mixed in your mouth. Another thing is, did you know that we should be chewing our juice? When we drink, we should be chewing it. Why would somebody want to chew your juice? You don't really have to chew it. Bite into it. You should swizzle it around your mouth for a little bit. Why would we do that? To mix with the saliva. Exactly. To mix with the saliva because that is where digestion begins. And those enzymes that are in your mouth, that's in your saliva, actually help start breaking that down so your stomach has an easier time with it. So get in the habit of, I mean, we can talk later about drinking with your meals. I'll talk about that next. But we shouldn't be drinking with our meals. And I've seen this a lot, especially with young people. They're having crackers, take a bite of cracker, take a bite of drink of Coke. Take a bite of cracker because it helps it to go down fast. And that's what else chewing properly lubricates your food so it can be swallowed without the aid of whatever. So chew it until it's all masticated and chew your juice, and you'll live a happier, healthier, thinner life. Okay. Mrs. Webb.
Oui. next.
Oh my goodness. Hello again. I need a helper here. My husband at home volunteer. I don't know if he changed his mind.
I was going for something else.
Oh, you are going? Sorry. No, wait a minute. Yes.
You know, the chopping board?
Yeah, a chopping board, yes. Okay. Yes. I have a chopping board. Yeah, here it is. Well, you are going to turn your page, and we have a vegetarian fish salad. I will call you. Excuse me for a second, please.
So squeeze.
The vegetarian fish salad in Peru is called ceviche. In Mexico, they do the ceviche a little different, and in the Philippines, I've seen also they do the ceviche, but they use vinegar in the Philippines, right? But in Peru, the lemon juice is what will cook the real fish, just with pure lemon juice. Of course, here is everything vegetarian, no fish. That's why.
I told them that we are going to like this. So instead of the fish, when you have your fish, you fillet very nicely, and then you cut in little pieces. But we are not going to do that. We're going to use this utility. And I put there 3 cups. We are going to put some warm water so it will be soft, because this is kind of crunchy. Oh, this is one more. Okay. So you put water for 10 minutes. It will be soft.
Does it matter how much water?
It doesn't matter, yeah, because you are going to get rid of the water. So just let it get soft, and then as it's getting soft,
When I do that, I soak it with 1:1. 1 cup of that one and 1 cup of water. If you don't want to squeeze the water out, just soak enough. 1:1. But if you want to soak it, you know, more and just squeeze the water out, it's okay also. Either way.
So, but what is, besides the water, what is the name of the other product?
TVP.
Well, what is that?
It's a textured protein.
Vegetable protein. Texture
Vegetable protein, right?
Yeah.
Says here soy.
I think I put it there, or I didn't put it.
Yes, number
It's
11.
textured vegetable protein. It's just soy.
You go to
Soy.
Yeah, it's the soybean that is processed, textured. Have it like that. So as our fish is getting soft, then we are going to prepare all the seasonings that have been adapted. That's why you have the copy. When you have the real fish, you just put lots of lemon juice, onions, cilantro, and some chili, and go ahead. After at least 4 hours. If you leave it overnight, it's even better. For next day, the fish will be completely cooked, just with the lemon juice. And then, because you have lots of lemon juice, then over there in Peru, they used to say that if you drink that juice, they call panther's milk. You will have twins. Okay.
This is Cypher, maybe you should stay away.
That's true, Mrs. Cypher. Well, we have then red onion that we put in the, do you have 5 or 6? 5. That's it, no more. The rest will be for the other one. Yeah, it's enough. No.
This is the 5.
It's okay. This will be for the rest.
Okay.
Thank you. We put our onions that are red onions. You put any onions you want, okay? But the red one is the best. Gives you more flavor. So you have your onions in there. And where are my glasses? My hands are really well washed, but it's better. Then I have a spoon here. You have the onions there. You have fresh, all your ingredients, please, fresh. This is cilantro. So you put cilantro, most of it. The other part you are going to put at the end. And then you put bell pepper, red bell pepper. Our foods over there are very colorful. So you want to really eat them. And they are very flavorful too. So look, I have already here 3 colors. And then, what else do we have? We have in Peru other kinds of peppers, hot peppers. So there is a yellow one, an orange one. You can put any one of those, so it will be even more colorful here. But I have put jalapeno. And I just took, well, my son did. He helped me with this. I asked him to take all the veins and everything because I don't want it hot for you guys. And some, you know, like really hot stuff. But just for the sake of the rest.
In Peru, do they like it generally hot?
Some dishes are hot, some dishes are kind of in the middle, and some others have nothing picante at all. And then what else do we have to put? The rest of the seasonings, huh? I'm just going to put it like that, but you have there just kind of half teaspoon, things like that. But I'll just put it, you know, because that's what I do at home. Sorry. So this will be the garlic powder, and then I'll put onion powder too. Half teaspoon. Well, you're not here, but it's smelling good. You want to smell it? Smell it. It is good. It smells good. It's inviting. And when it's summertime, it's good. Hard to smell it. It's good, huh? Smell it. Yeah, it's very inviting. That's Peruvian food. You smell it, you taste it, you see the colors. It's just all of that, all together. What else do we have there? Tell me, what did I forget?
Mayonnaise.
The lemon juice is already there. We did it first, you know. And yes, because I told you that I'm going to do adaptation so it will taste like fish, because we are not working with fish. These mayonnaise and things, they don't go with the real ceviche. We call it ceviche in Peru. But it's a fish salad. So the next one is mayonnaise. You can use real mayonnaise, but we try to be here the healthier. And it'll be very good for you little by little to start your change. I like the grapeseed vegetables. And how much it says there?
3 tablespoons.
3
tablespoons.
Okay. Oh, it doesn't go in.
Is that expensive?
This is like 5 and something in sprouts. You can buy the other vegetarians, it's the same price.
What kind of mayonnaise?
It is a lot more expensive than mayonnaise.
Yes,
But
it's
that's
a
real?
Hmm?
The real mayonnaise?
No, this is not
egg.
real
Yeah,
mayonnaise.
no, but you're talking about another kind, not
This is, you can find vegetarians.
With original.
It's, yeah. And then this is grapeseed mayonnaise. I like that. I like
The
it.
grape seed is a little bit
expensive than the
That's
regular.
why. But the mayonnaise, the other one is
Less
cheaper.
expensive.
Yeah, cheaper? Yeah.
Yeah.
And the taste is
The
not the same.
taste is very good. It's just,
Really?
yeah.
Where we can buy the other one?
Yes.
The same.
Sprouts.
Farmer's
Are the
market.
same?
Well, I have, we have in my store, we have Vegetarian right now.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, but I recommend you for Vegetarian, go to Sprouts.
The sprout.
It'll be maybe
Farmer's
$50,
market.
50 cents less, cheaper.
Cheaper.
Yeah.
What's the name of your store? The
Cristiana.
Christian
on Martin
bookstore.
and 10? Martin
Martin
and
10. And then the rest is
2 tablespoons. Ketchup.
ketchup, huh? I'll just put it always like that. I'm very sorry, but it's kind of too.
We call, Miss Weber, we call you a dump cook. You dump everything, and those are the best cooks.
What else do we need here? Salt to taste. That I'll leave you at your discretion, because some people use a lot of salt. It's not good for you, by the way. But I cannot go into your kitchen. This is sea salt. Hmm? Oh yeah, just very little, because you want the taste. Many people tells me, I don't want to be a vegetarian. No, not at all. Everything tastes terrible. Just so plain. The real vegetarian is good. Very tasty. Good stuff, okay? So we have just a little bit of salt. Not much. Not much. And I have here kind of a soup, because my TVP is going to absorb the flavors. And that's when it changes, you know? And then if you want a little bit of, just a little dash of pepper. I have here white pepper. So just very little. If you don't want to put it, don't do it. That's it. Because it's, when you eat a lot of pepper, it irritates your stomach. And people just put it like that, you know, and that's not good. That's not good. So you can avoid that. The rest is for the 3 cups of our it's soft and nice now. It's wonderful. I forgot my my colander, but I'll squeeze the most I can, and then put it there. Thank you. So you take the water out, and it can absorb the flavor of, oh, thank you. Very thoughtful. He's a chef.
We always try to save steps in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
We can walk 10,000 steps in the kitchen if we're doing that.
Because we are always up and down, up and down, up and down. You just squeeze it with your hands or with a Hollander. My mouth. Thank you very much. Okay, looks like we are done. Very easy. Now you put this to blend the flavors and to let them, the TVP absorb the meat, to absorb the flavors. You just cover and put it in the refrigerator for at least 30 minutes. Okay, at least 30 minutes.
That looks delicious.
Oh, really? You didn't try it?
I said it looks good.
Mm-hmm.
That starts digestion for me like that.
Hey, yes. And the last 4 ingredients, it says potatoes. You put some lettuce here, as I did, and you boil the potatoes, peel them, and put them like this, and then this is going to be over the potatoes, so you have now a whole complete meal.
You put that after the 30 minutes in the...
Yes, after the 30 minutes, we are going to put it here, and then our chef is going to talk a little more, and I'll do my second one. Or you want me to do it right now?
No, I can talk a little bit while you
Yes.
get it ready.
I'll put this in the refrigerator.
The colors are very, very important that she talks about. You know, she's got green and red, and well, she's got the peppers, and she's got the red onions in there. And it's so important that we are having children or having grandchildren, that we get them used to seeing all these colors and getting to help them with their eyes, get their stomach going when they see something like that and smell something like that, because the more colors you have in a meal, the more nutrients you have. So you want to balance those out all the time. And so we need to be creative with especially our children as we're raising them up, is to get them to enjoy more of our nutrient-dense foods as opposed to our fat and sugar-laden food. And so this is one good way of doing that. Another good way is pizza. You can have a lot of fun with pizza. People can make smiley faces with those, with red bell peppers and olives. I mean, you'll have to do a little bit of prep before you get everything ready. But throwing the pizza, you'll have fun doing that as you teach your child. Hopefully, you don't clean the ceiling or anything with it when you do it. But just get these young people involved. A quick example: I have a nephew, and he is very picky eater. His name is Justin. He lives out in California, and he visits occasionally. And we had one of these making a pizza. Of course, I don't eat cheese, and so we made our own cheese with cashews, and then we made the dough. We had a dough that, in fact, I want to do a kids class. Do you think that we can find enough kids around here that would come to a kids class? We need to find our grandchildren, our nieces, our nephews, and we'll do a kids class one time. I'm not sure when.
I'll bring mine.
But we got it in a Ziploc bag. We had a recipe, a pizza dough recipe in a Ziploc bag. You just put in the flour, the salt, the yeast, a little bit of oil. You put all those ingredients, you zip it shut, and then they just sit there and work it. Without the mess on your pizza. Hopefully, some boys get a little aggressive on it, and then you give them another bag. But you can just make sure that they need to mix it for about 20 minutes. That takes a lot of energy out of them. Not enough, but it's a start. And you get them working that, and then you take it out of the bag, and then you let it rest, and then after it rests, you roll it out a little bit, and then you teach them how to throw it. Oh, they love that. You can start while your dough is rising, take them to YouTube, and you can show them the Pizza Olympics that they have in Las Vegas. And you have these guys doing two. Just throw it way up, and you catch it, and they're under the leg. So they'll try to do that in your kitchen. But then we had red bell peppers and yellow bell peppers, and we had pineapple, and we had some mushrooms, we had some black olives, and we had some different types of veggie meats. We had them all laid out. We encouraged them to make a clown, and make a face, and make a train, or make whatever they wanted to make on top of the pizza. It was their own pizza. And I'll never forget, now this boy, his main diet when he's at home is chicken nuggets out of a Happy Meal and French fries and Coke. And when he has pizza, it's pepperoni pizza with extra cheese. Of course, we didn't have the pepperoni option. We didn't have any cheese. We had a little vegetarian cheese. And of course, he made a smiley face with that and two little eyes and stuff. And so I asked him, I said, what do you think of that pizza? Do you like that pizza? And he said, well, yeah, it's really good. And I said, would you buy a pizza like that if you ever had a chance to buy a pizza? No, I would never buy anything that looked like this, but it's good because I made it. And so there's ownership there. You know, he's like a lot of older and younger alike. We judge things by how it looks, and we decide just by merely looking at it that doesn't have enough salt on it. You can tell just with your eyes, there needs to be more sugar in that oatmeal. That's terrible. We need to taste it a little bit and see. And we need to, you know, have our brain in charge of here rather than here in charge of here. And our brain cell are telling what's good and what's not. Because a lot of us, myself included, I'm preaching to the choir, have perverted taste. We do, and we're eating way too much salt, and we're eating way too much sugar. I used to work at Weimar for a time, and I remember when the guests first got there, and we would have oatmeal or something. He said, "Worthington, any brown sugar?" No, we don't have any brown sugar, but I have some strawberry compote that I can put on, like a fresh fruit compote if you'd like to sweeten it up. You got any maple syrup I can pour in there? Something. I mean, it's so bland. And then I said, "Well, no, we don't, but I got this fruit compote that you can put on there." Okay, we'll try that. So he's eating it, you know, after about the third day, yes.
I add to my oatmeal raisins.
Yeah,
sugar,
raisins is very good.
1 teaspoon of vanilla.
That's very good.
And
Raisins,
I
coconut,
put almonds.
almonds, a little bit, just not too much on the cinnamon, but a little bit of cinnamon is okay. You can even put maple syrup in it, but don't get the imitation maple syrup. That's really the sugar water with a little maple extract in it. It's the real, the expensive stuff. But just use a little bit. You can put apples in your oatmeal. You can put pineapple in your oatmeal. I mean, oatmeal is so versatile, and it's so healthy for you too. So anyways, after about the 4th or 5th day, I knew start to have an 18-day program. And I said, "So how's the food today?" Because the first couple of days, they're just complaining, bland. Oh, it's a pepper, where's the salt? But after it, in just a short amount of time, their taste buds get acclimated, adjusted, converted. Their taste buds get converted. And all of a sudden, they cannot ever imagine eating all the high-fat foods and high-salt foods and high-sugar foods that they're eating. It happens remarkably quick. You just have to tell your head, got to decide who's in charge, here or here. And once it's here, then you need to tell, you know, your taste buds. In chef schools, they the first rule is it needs to look good. The second rule is it needs to taste good. And that's their 2 rules. That's all they got. When in the chef schools that I've ran one at AUC, Atlantic Union College, and one at Weimar. It needs to look good. It needs to taste good, obviously, but it also needs to be good for you. There's a wake-up call to all our chef schools out there. It needs to be good for you. It needs to be nutritional, and not only nutritional, but your food. Get this, and you're not going to like this. Your food should be medicinal. Your food should be getting you healthier. But our food that we eat in this country is getting us sick. It's killing us with cancer and heart problems and diabetes. In fact, right here, Texas is the capital of the United States for diabetes and obesity. And right here in the valley is the capital of Texas. There are more per capita obese and diabetic people here than anywhere else in Texas. And Texas is the capital of the country. We have a big work to do here. So it needs, and so we don't. So I've readjusted the way I eat. I think it's important that it looks good and it tastes good, but that's not the first 2 criteria. It needs to be good for me, and it needs to be even medicinal. We taught our chefs that left our program that when they left, if somebody came into their restaurant and said, "I don't have a urinary tract infection. Can you help me?" Our chefs were able to say, "Yeah, how about a cranberry, strawberry, kiwi smoothie?" Because they knew that the properties in the cranberry was good for the urinary tract. I mean, they knew the antioxidants that was in a blueberry and what was in a pomegranate. And they can make those, and they can make it taste good. They can make it look good. They could put a little bit of whipped cream on top with a little umbrella on top, and they would enjoy it. And it would be medicine. Not like cod liver oil or anything like that where you had to hold your. That's not how we should eat our food. We We should enjoy our food.
Amen.
But our food should be our medicine as well. Are you ready, Ms. Weber? If you're not, I can, because I can talk all day.
I have a question on the other one. You said that you can put sweet potatoes.
Oh, yes, well, that's when you serve. And corn, my corn is there and the sweet potatoes are there. So that's when you serve. Yeah, you don't mix it there. You serve with that. If I didn't put it there, then you put it there. Serve with sweet potatoes, with corn.
Here's another pop quiz question. What's lower on the glycemic index, a white potato or a sweet potato? It's lower? You're absolutely right. Sweet potatoes.
What's the question again?
Okay, good.
I
Very good.
assume
Most
you're
people
asking,
get that one wrong.
I assume you're asking a tricky question.
Yeah.
So I answered the opposite of what I would have.
Very good.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
which is lower on the glycemic index, a sweet potato or a white potato?
You can't hear me?
He said it.
Right here, we have empty
Yes, sweet
chairs.
potato.
Come over here.
Okay, I'll try to speak louder. I don't get told that.
It was, one of the.
Come up front. Come up front. Auntie Lydia, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 empty, 5, 6 empty chairs.
This is the spot zone up here, but you can hear.
You can get more food if you sit here. Okay, we turn the page. We turn the page and we go to Papa. Papa goes for potato. In Spanish, Papa. It's potato. And Haucaina, why Haucaina? Is the feminine of Huancayo. Huancayo is a city up high in the mountains. And this is a dish from up high in the mountains. So it serves over potatoes too and lettuce. And what I'm going to do is the cheese cream. This is a cheese cream that goes over the potato. And of course, again, I told you that we are going to slice it because I'm going to do the cheese cream with tofu. It's not bitter. So to give it a little bit of taste like cheese, I'm going to put nutritional cheese. That gives the food a cheesy flavor. And then I to put the yellow pepper that she used in her dish. That's why I asked her not to wash the blender because I'm going to use that. And then this can be really hot. So I'm going to use very little and I put over there a little. But if you are not used to hot stuff, just put a little dash of it for the flavor. But you can use turmeric to give the color, okay? So that's why I put there the turmeric thing, because you help to give color. And this turmeric is very
medicinal.
Remember what he said? That your food is supposed to be your medicine? Oh, yes, sir. That's how it goes. And if I don't mistake, this helps your brain. It helps to scare away Alzheimer's.
I'm looking it up now.
Okay, so he'll say if I'm lying or not. Okay. We have our tofu here, and I said between 1 and 2 cups of water. So I'm going to put kind of 1. I mean, no, it's not half. Yep. Maybe a little.
That's a chef's prerogative.
And then we put, I don't want to put the tofu first. So I'll put my yellow paste. How much it says there? yellow.
1 or more teaspoons.
Yee. I put just some. Well,
Is that yellow pepper paste?
it's good to kill your little animals in your stomach, the heat.
Oh.
Just one, no. I'm a little bit stuff. And if we add color with the turmeric, how much it says for the turmeric? Ah, teaspoon. So again. Oh, where's my? Can you see? I have my stuff, but I forgot. So it's just a little bit of turmeric. So it has a nice color there. And then what else do we need?
Garlic and onion powder?
Nutritional yeast, garlic and onion, and all that stuff. 2 spoons of this. This is the nutritional yeast flakes. And all this is because it's not the real thing. How much it says of onion and garlic? Oh, did you forgive me? No, you don't, because you didn't say yes. There you go. A little bit more, a little bit less. And then, what am I missing?
Salt, lemon juice.
Now you have to realize that when you do it with real cheese, usually the real cheese has salt already, so you don't need to add salt. But the tofu will never bring salt. So we just put a little bit, not much. And then the lemon juice is going to be at the end. And I forgot, let me see if they have here a little bit of oil. Where's Sandra? Ask if they have some oil, please. And then we add our tofu, our cheese. These are so big, but I go always backwards.
Is the tofu extra firm or?
It's firm, you can use firm or extra firm. Do not use the soft because it's already with a lot of liquid, or if you use that, you use less water.
You need a little bit of oil?
Hmm?
You need a little bit of oil?
Yeah, it's not much, it's just a little bit. Do you have or not? Oh, thank you very much.
It's not olive oil. It's a
It
vegetable
doesn't
oil.
matter, vegetable oil is okay. I'll put it. No, I don't need olive oil. Vegetable oil. And then you start adding your tofu in pieces. You think this is working? We'll try. or salt. It's because the tofu doesn't have any salt. I used to tell San Angelo cooking school. I used to tell them, if you are alive tomorrow, then the food was good. Okay, then we are going to put, where's my lemon juice? I have to do it like that. Where is it? Oh, put it in the back, I think. But half a lemon juice is okay.
How about the seeds?
This has no seeds, thanks God. Okay. Okay. It's okay, I don't need any more. Here's your oil. And you are done. That's it. Easy. And then you have here, like the other one, potatoes and lettuce, that's all. And I put it there an option because over there they do it like that. That you boil eggs, hard boiled eggs, and you cut it in four, and you put it over. So you just put this over your potatoes. And over there in Peru, we use natural olives. But here we have those that are not too tasteful, but it adds nice color. And so you just put a few in there for as many as you want, all over. And there's your dish, ready for you to start eating.
Very good. Okay, now as they plate everything up for your samples, Google is an amazing thing. And look at turmeric. Now I want to emphasize that I am a cook. I'm not a doctor. And so I'm just going to read what this site says. It comes from Whole Foods Health Diaries. It says that the medicinal properties of this spice, talking about turmeric, have been slowly revealing themselves for over the centuries. Long known for its anti-inflammatory properties, recent research has revealed that turmeric is a natural wonder. And so it lists 20 things that they're finding that it does. It is a natural antiseptic, an antibacterial agent used in disinfecting cuts and burns. I would say if you're disinfecting a cut, it might tattoo you too, because it stains. That's a lot of what she used it for was coloring. That's what I use it a lot for. Also, obviously, it's medicinal effect, but because of colors, like when we're making tofu egg salad with tofu, we'll put in turmeric to make it yellow. Number 2, when combined with cauliflower, it has been shown to prevent prostate cancer and stop the growth of existing prostate cancer. Prevents breast cancer from spreading to the lungs. May prevent melanoma and cause existing melanoma cells to commit suicide. Now that's the kind of suicide I like. Reduces the risk of childhood leukemia. It is a natural liver detoxifier. The print is very small here. I couldn't read without this class. May prevent and slow the progression of, she's gone, Alzheimer's disease, and removing amyloid plaque buildup in the brain. May prevent metastasis,
Mint.
I'm occurring in many different forms of cancer. What? How do you pronounce that?
Yes.
Yeah, what he said. It is a potent, natural anti-inflammatory and works as well as many anti-inflammatory drugs, but without the side effects. It has been shown in promise in slowing the progression of multiple sclerosis. It is a natural painkiller. It aids in the metabolism and helps in weight management. Because of the anti-inflammatory properties, it is a natural treatment of arthritis and rheumatoid arthritis. Boosts the effects of chemo drugs. Oh, that other one I can't pronounce. Here, what's 15? He knew that other than in the past. 15?
Boosts the effects of chemo drugs.
And that Paxil. There's a 3-cylinder word. I was a college right there. Promoting promising studies is underway for the effects of turmeric and pancreatic cancer. Studies are ongoing in the positive effects of turmeric on multiple melanoma. Has been shown to stop the growth of new blood vessels in tumors, speeds up wound healing and assists in remodeling of damaged skin, may help the treatment of psoriasis and other inflammatory skin conditions. So, turmeric. We don't use a lot of it. You know, when we use it in a recipe, because just a little bit goes a long way. You can even buy turmeric in the stores in pill form that you can take like 250 milligrams or 500 milligrams. They sell it in those doses. But I would say, you know, I don't take any pills. I should take some B12. They say that vegans should take B12. But I try to get all the nutrients that I need from the food that I eat. But B12 is only found in the gut of an animal. So they tell me, don't wash the carrots really good. If there's a little manure on this, eat your B12 that way. I still wash my carrots. But if we can get a lot of these different spices and different colors in our foods, then we really don't need all the other things that come with the health food industry that you have to be very rich in. Some people, after they take all their pills, I don't know how they're hungry. So drinking with our meals. You know, I was talking about this guy. I saw him eating crackers, and then he was in a rush, like we always are. Eating crackers and then drinking. Eating a cracker, I mean, it was not even close to his esophagus yet when he was bamming it down. So what is the problem with that? Why is that not such a good thing? Anybody know? Anybody theorize? Yeah.
Chlorhydric acid will do it. When you're drinking a lot of water with the meal, it dilutes the chlorhydric acid that is to...
It does what to the chlorhydric acid? Dilutes it, yes. That's exactly right. That's what happens. I think it's hydrochloric acid. And if I was to have a beaker up here, and I'll just use this example. Say I had some Coca-Cola, and I put a nickel in this beaker, and I put this Coca-Cola and sat it there for 3 days. What do you think will happen to that nickel?
It would dissolve.
It would be gone. The nickel would disappear. So if I then put that Coke, which is, you know, a pretty good, what is it, phosphoric acid or whatever that's in the Coke, if I put it in there and then I put in 100 cc's of water, would it dissolve that nickel? It may, but it may take longer because I have diluted the Coca-Cola. And that's what's happening in your stomach. You have these strong acids that are coming out in your stomach. That's the second stage of digestion, if you will, after your mouth. And so it puts in these acids to dissolve your food. And so because most of us are in a rush, we don't have time to chew it properly. And so in order to get it to go down our throat, because otherwise it would be too dry, we have to take a sip of juice. And so it's not uncommon for some of us to be drinking a glass, 2, maybe 3 glasses of juice during our meal, or water, or Coke, or alcohol, or whatever the beverage is. It is so that we can eat our food faster because we've got to go. And so your stomach has two choices. It says it either dumps in more acid, because that's another way to do it, or the food just stays in there longer. Both options are bad options. Both options are bad ones. We want, the stomach knows how much acid to put in for a given amount of food, and when we start dumping in the other liquids, then we dilute that, then it's going to start dumping in more acid, and then that's where ulcers and sensitive stomachs and stuff like that come in, and that's not good for our health. Did you have?
Oh no, I had a fly. Sorry.
So water. When should we? I mean, when should we drink juice? I mean, we sell a lot of juice and Coke, and I wouldn't suggest ever drinking Coke or Pepsi for that matter, or any carbonated drink. But there are some juices that are good for you. I mean, you can get a juice and you can make your own juice. You can make carrot juice, and you can make these vegetable blends. Usually when you buy the juicer, they come with all sorts of delicious, nutritious juicing. And in fact, people who are struggling with maybe with cancer or something, they take a lot of juices because it's nutritionally dense, very nutritionally dense food. So if I can't drink it with my meal, when should I drink it? In between. In between, but juice, especially like a carrot juice or a broccoli or something like that, it's almost like a meal itself. And it takes your stomach like 4 or 5 hours to get rid of breakfast, or to get rid of the Twinkie or the donut or whatever you had for breakfast. And what happens is when we eat like 2 hours later, because the donut or the Twinkie or whatever we ate, or the granola bar on the way out because we didn't have time, is like gone from the stomach, and we want to eat again, but it's not gone from the stomach. Usually what happens is you're feeling thirst, because it takes a lot of heat, it takes a lot of energy to digest the food, and you're getting thirsty, but you misinterpreted that you're hungry again. But to the question of juicing and drinking juice, I normally, for my third meal of the day, if I have one at all, normally I just eat 2. It's at 9 or 10 o'clock, and then at 3 o'clock, and that's usually the last meal I eat. But then, if you were to eat a third meal, and probably most of you do, that would be the time that I would have a juicing, that I would have like a carrot juice or a broccoli juice or something like that, for that third meal. And so that would help it to digest it quicker. Yeah.
I have a question. A few years back, I read about metabolic typing when you're juicing. Do you really need to know your metabolic type, like to juice a lot or anything? Good.
Again, I want to make my disclaimer. I'm a cook and not a doctor. So you're talking about your metabolic rate, or how fast you're burning calories, say, as if when you're not doing anything, how fast or slow it is.
Oh, no, not that. It's because it said that to know what type you are, like what type of nutrients your body needs. And then there was like some kind of test at the doctors or something. They tell you what kind of metabolic type you have to know what kind of juices to eat, like what your body's lacking, so that you don't give your body like the wrong kind of gas for a car kind of example.
Right. I am not sure, and so I can come up with theories, and I think this and I thought that, but I'm not going to do that. I think the best answer for me is I don't know.
May I say, there is for many Hispanics, we love to eat tamales, right? And normally, tamales are made with pork. But there is a new store, new place in McAllen, on 10th Street, near Trenton, just opened last week. And I wanted to let you know, this place doesn't use pork or lard at all. And they have 3 options: vegan, vegetarian, or chicken.
And everything they make?
Right, yeah. So they have juices also, anti-stress, antioxidant, anti-bullets, whatever. But I asked them to give me some extra copies of their address, and I thought to share. Would that be okay?
That would be a good idea,
I
thanks.
don't know if you like tamales, but...
It's over on 10th and what?
and near Trenton, south of
Okay.
Trenton.
And it's
Yes.
open on Sundays there or not?
Well, let me finish with this question here. I would say to the question about getting rated as far as your meta rate, is you need to check with your doctor. And I'm leery in even saying that. I would encourage you that the next month we'll have a doctor here, Lord willing, and you would ask that doctor, because sadly enough, a lot of our doctors in this country do not have nutritional training in medical school. It's just not something they think of as to be preventative. They think of after you got the disease to give you a pill. And so I would ask, normally we have Dr. Gomez here, or we have Dr. Baca here. They would be a better person to come up with that. Yeah.
Thank you.
Sir, and this is like 10th Street?
Yes, 10th Street.
And which one?
Is microwave still as bad as it used to say that it was for cooking?
I try to use, I just use regular sugar. I try to get it in more unrefined. I get, because beet sugar and cane sugar is really good, and you can get a product called turbinado, or you can get there's another sugar. It's escaping my mind right now.
Mascabado se llama en español. Mascabado.
There's another one. Huh? No, it's right there. But it'll come to me when I stop thinking about it. But because the more refined that we get, the more, if I've learned anything in my 30 plus years of culinary, is the more man messes with it, the more he messes it up. So the closer we can eat it to the way God made it, the better off we are. And so turbinado and, I can't think of the other. Sugar, a raw sugar, and porter crystal is one. You want it to get it to the less refined that you can. And you have more of the molasses in it, which is the darker sugars, and that has more of your trace elements and nutrients in it. Your other question about the microwave. I have one in my home. I try not to ever use it. Occasionally we will need to do something with it, but you know, there are some naysayers out there about the microwave that say it's bad, it's bad, it's bad. And then there's other people say it's, you know, we've been doing it now for 30 years and there's no, I try to refrain from using it. I think that food warmed up in a pot tastes better to me, or heated back up in the oven. It may not be as quick, and the mess might be more because you can't do it in a bowl, like just heat up milk in a bottle or something. I try to stay away from it. If I'm going to make myself some hot tea or something, I will heat it up in a pot rather than put my cup in a microwave. So I can't say whether it's good or bad because I'm not a science researcher, but I try not to use it. I try to stay away from it. But I do have one for emergencies, and I'm going to use it once a month. Less if I can. Man, that looks good.
Colorful.
I think that these ladies need a round of applause.
They heard it though.
Okay, so we need to sample this before somebody else is sampling it. Pastor's keeping away from it. So, Pastor, could you please honor us with a blessing from the Lord?
Sure. Let's pray. Heavenly Father, we thank you for your many blessings. Thank you for your creation, for your sustentation and redemption. Father, thank you for the people sharing what they know about health and nutrition. Help us to be wise and to put into our bodies what is best. We know that you want for us to be healthy, not only spiritually, but also physically and emotionally. Bless us the rest of this day and bless the food. We ask you in the name of Jesus. Amen. Amen.
Okay, and I would encourage any restaurant that is doing something like what these people are doing to support them because they need our support. And so...
That's the line.
That's the line.
Oh, here's the line.
There.
Here's the line. Here's the line over here.
Ceviche vegetariano.
Very nice.